Okay, if you're working in broadcast or streaming, you know that content protection isn't just some add-on feature. It's everything. It's the whole foundation of the business. But let's be honest, all the different technologies can get confusing. So today, we're going to clear things up by focusing on two of the most critical tools in the box: digital rights management, or DRM, and forensic watermarking. They might sound like they do the same job, but they play totally different and equally vital roles. And why is this so important? Well, look at this number: $50 billion. That's the best estimate for what video piracy costs the global entertainment industry every single year. We're not talking about a small leak. This is a massive hole in the boat that threatens the whole business model we're all trying to protect. You know, it's a huge paradox, right? The very tech that created this incredible $150 billion streaming market, getting content to billions of devices in an instant, is also its biggest vulnerability. Every single screen, every phone, every TV, it's a potential point of failure. So when you're facing a threat that big, where do you even start? Well, the first line of defense, and the one most people know, is DRM. The best way to think about it is as a digital gatekeeper. It's the lock on the front door of your content. At its core, DRM is all about control. Its entire job is to answer one simple question, again and again, for every single viewer: is this person on this specific device allowed to watch this movie or show right now? It's what enforces all the business rules, using a pretty sophisticated system of encryption and digital licenses. So whenever someone hits play, there's this really elegant, high-speed dance that happens behind the scenes. First, the content itself is encrypted. It's completely scrambled. The video player on your device has to call out to a license server and ask for permission. That server basically acts like a bouncer at a club. It checks the user's ID, it checks the device. If everything looks good, it sends back the decryption keys, and only then can the player finally unlock the video and start playback, all while trying to enforce other rules like blocking screen capture software. And this diagram really shows you the key security principle here. See how the encrypted video and the decryption keys are sent along separate paths? They never travel together. They only meet at the very last second on a trusted, validated device. That separation is absolutely fundamental to keeping the whole stream secure. But, and this is a huge but, DRM has a major blind spot. It's often called the analog hole. It really can't stop someone from just pointing a camera at their screen or using screen recording software. The moment an authorized user gets access, if they leak it, DRM is out of the picture. And here's the absolute most important takeaway. When that perfect, high-quality copy ends up on a pirate site, DRM has zero clue who did it. It's a strong log for sure, but it's a lock with amnesia. And that brings us right to our second technology. This quote just sums it up perfectly. If DRM is the lock on the door, then watermarking is the surveillance system that can tell you exactly who broke that lock. And that system is non-negotiable. So let's take a closer look at this surveillance system, forensic watermarking. It works on a completely different philosophy than DRM. It actually assumes a breach is going to happen eventually. So its goal isn't really prevention. It is all about traceability, about accountability after the fact. What forensic watermarking does is embed a unique, completely invisible ID into every single stream that goes out. And I'm not talking about a network logo in the corner of the screen. No. This is a digital fingerprint that's woven directly into the video data itself. It creates this unbreakable forensic link between that specific copy of the content and the user or session it was sent. Now, it's really important to separate this from the visible watermarks we're all used to seeing. You know, a logo or username on the screen. Sure, that can scare some people off, but it ruins the picture, and honestly, it can often be cropped out or blurred. Forensic watermarking, on the other hand, is totally invisible. The viewer has no idea it's there, but it is incredibly tough. It's built to survive all the tricks pirates use, like re-encoding and compressing the file to try and wipe their tracks. And the process is just as slick as DRM's. For every single viewing session, a unique code is generated on the fly. It could be a user ID, a session token, a timestamp, you name it. That code gets embedded, invisibly, right into the video bitstream. It's designed to be super robust, so when that pirated file eventually pops up online, special software can scan it, pull out that hidden code, and bam, you know exactly where the leak came from. So I think you can see where this is all going. This is not an either-or situation. You don't just pick one. Real effective content protection is about building a layered defense, where DRM and watermarking work together, with each one covering the other's weaknesses. This table really breaks it down perfectly. DRM is all about prevention. It asks the question, can this user watch? Watermarking is all about traceability. It answers the question, who is watching? And look at their limitations. They're perfect mirror images. DRM can't tell you who leaked it, and watermarking can't stop the initial leak from happening. But together, they form a complete security system. And this is what a modern security stack is really all about. It's a single, integrated system. You're not just bolting a lock onto a door and sticking a camera nearby. You're designing a cohesive operation where the access control data from your DRM and the forensic data from your watermarking are all flowing into the same place, giving you the full picture. So in the real world, here's how it works. Automated systems are constantly scanning the internet for pirated copies of your content. Once they find a match, that file gets analyzed. The forensic watermark is extracted, and it points you right back to the original source account. From there, you can take immediate, targeted action, whether that's just shutting down the account or, in serious cases, pursuing legal action with rock-solid forensic evidence. So the crucial point here, the one thing to really take away from all this, is that you just can't rely on a single tool. Effective security today requires defense in depth. You need the preventative power of DRM working right alongside the accountability and traceability that only forensic watermarking can give you.
And that brings us to the last really important question that you should be asking your team. When you look at your own architecture, is your content protection strategy just a simple lock on the door? Or have you actually built a complete security system?